The story begins in the year 2047. We are told that 25 years have passed since the day Hellgates opened all over the world. The world changed completely. Humanity was almost entirely wiped out. Except for one man. We see this man walking toward a knight. One of his pinky fingers is missing. When he reaches the knight kneels before him and offers the head of a demon. The scene suddenly changes. The man is drinking alcohol, calmly talking to the demon's head beside him. The demon laughs and says he remembers hearing stories about a human who hunts high-ranking demons. He asks if those stories are true and what the man's true goal is. The man replies coldly that the demon is talking too much and will find out soon enough what he wants. The knight standing beside him opens a door. The demon screams that the man is chasing that quest. The man answers simply that he is. We are then told about the quest. If someone offers the heads of 666,666 high-ranking demons, they will be granted a single ability, the power to return to the past. Countless demon heads appear, all staring at the man with hatred. The demons mock him, asking if he is serious, calling him insane. They question what he hopes to gain and whether going back to the past will really change anything. The man replies calmly that he is going to see his daughter. The demons are shocked and ask if all of this is truly just for that. Without hesitation, the man stabs one of the demon heads. A glowing object emerges from it. He says he endured 25 years in this hellhole for this very moment. The demons warn him that the higher beings will never allow it. The man responds that those higher beings are the ones who opened the dimensions and turned the world into hell. They were also the ones who set the rules for this quest. A notification appears before his eyes, announcing that the quest has been completed. The gate of space and time has been activated. A blinding light descends from the sky. Wings of light form around him, and he is sent back into the past. He awakens in the past, young again. He looks around in disbelief and immediately runs toward his daughter's room. He sees her sleeping peacefully and calls her name, Somin. A flashback suddenly hits him. He remembers the moment his daughter was falling from a building. He was holding her hand, his right arm broken, his left arm unable to move. She was screaming, calling him dad. He begged God to save her, even if it meant his own death. Then a monster emerged from below and devoured her. He snaps out of the flashback and tightly holds his daughter's hand against his face. She slowly wakes up and calls him dad. He leaves the room, falls to his knees, and cries in relief, thanking God. But then reality hits him. This happiness will only last a few days. The Hellgates will open again, and the world will fall into chaos once more. He drinks water from the fridge and wonders if, after living 25 years only for himself, he can protect Somin this time, even if it costs his life. He activates his power and wonders if his abilities still exist. A notification appears, informing him that a spirit is watching him. He looks at his wife's photo and asks if it is her. He feels a presence beside him. He realizes his abilities awakened because the timeline has twisted. He recalls that Hellgates will open in 3 days, on October 11th. He also remembers that 8 higher beings chose 8 revelators 3 days before the gates opened, praising them as saviors of humanity because they became powerful very quickly. He decides that with his 25 years of experience from his previous life, he will take all the achievements and rewards that were stolen by them. The scene changes. He stands before an underground location, saying only 3 days remain before the Hellgates open, and he must take everything. He enters and opens a shop door. A voice inside says it is strange for someone to come this early. The man replies that it sounds like he was expecting customers. The shopkeeper asks what he has brought. A massive hand suddenly grabs the man and slams him against the wall. The shopkeeper approaches and transforms into a demon, demanding to know who he is. The man replies that he heard this place hosts the Revelator test. The demon is shocked and says higher beings are still selecting candidates. The man confidently states that is exactly why he came early to take someone else's place. The demon laughs and reveals he knows about the timeline twist. He mocks the man, saying the higher being's playground cannot be changed. The man stabs the demon's arm with a knife, saying he tried to cut it off, but isn't strong enough yet. The demon attacks, but the man slaps him repeatedly, overpowering him. The demon realizes he is afraid of this human and transforms into a small, weak demon. The man calmly warns him that before the hellgates open, no manager is allowed to kill humans, and that he came here for his bundle. The demon is stunned when the man calls him by his true name, Juryu, the second member of the Yacha tribe. The demon panics, asking how a human could know his real name. The man calmly says they share a long history. Juryu calls it impossible, saying he was never anyone's servant. The man stares at him, and Juryu gives up, pulling out his bundle. A revelator shop opens before them, displaying shields, swords, and rare items, all extremely expensive. Juryu mocks him, saying he doesn't even have a single demon head and can't afford anything. The man clicks on a folded paper and asks for it as a gift. Juryu refuses, saying friendship is required, and stabbing someone doesn't count. The man pulls the knife out of Juryu's arm and hands him 20 million won, promising 80 million more later. Juryu scoffs, saying money will become worthless after the hellgates open. The man tells him to keep it. 2 years later, on the Black Night, this money will save his life. Juryu hesitates, unsure whether to believe him. Juryu asks how he can trust a human who offers no proof. The man says he doesn't need to prove anything. Juryu insults him, calling him worse than a naga. The demon asks what he plans to do with the paper. The man says he needs to write a revelation and obtain an entrance ticket for the revelator test. Juryu calls it nonsense. The man writes on the paper. Space cracks open, forming a dimensional rift. He steps inside, declaring that he is going to meet the higher beings. Inside, a massive eye appears before him. Juryu follows, trembling in fear. The man asks why Juryu followed him. Juryu says it's none of his business, he just wants to see how the man dies. The man asks if Juryu can read runes and whether he knows about the revelator who was supposed to come here. Juryu says stealing someone's fate should feel wrong. The man replies that the original revelator was pure evil, nearly immortal, commanding ghouls and experimenting on living humans. Juryu reminds him that he is no longer that strong, and asks if he knows who he is facing. The man replies that he knows very well this being tormented him for 18 years. A voice echoes, declaring that the man is not allowed there. The being asks Juryu why he brought a human. Only revelators are permitted. The man declares that not choosing him was the reason for their defeat, and that he should have been chosen from the start. The giant eye focuses on him. It is a master of the 7 serpents. Juryu reveals the truth, shouting that this human killed 666,666 demons. The serpent calls him unworthy. The man challenges the serpent to test him first, claiming he is a better choice. Flashbacks of his daughter flood his mind. The serpent demands his loyalty. The man responds by punching the giant eye with full force, declaring he was never anyone's follower. The serpent is shocked, asking how he obtained such power. The man says even the higher beings don't know, and that this power proves he came from the future. A snap echoes. The serpent asks again where the power came from. The man answers that it came from Huizu, the one the serpent was going to choose. The serpent finds this interesting and admits that regressors are bound to him. Juryu explains that the gate of space and time truly exists and was created by an observer of the sun or moon. He thought it was a useless achievement until now, but he claims it's too late, as he already chose his revelator. The man interrupts, saying timeline regression means he was the only survivor. Every revelator chosen will die. He didn't come to beg. He came to offer a deal. If not chosen, he will give another higher being the taste of victory and kill the serpent's revelator first. The serpent threatens to kill him on the spot and declares him an enemy of all higher beings. The man calmly responds that this is the only path to winning this cursed game. He also knows the serpent cannot kill him due to the rules agreed upon by higher beings. He declares that he survived once because he knew everything about the Hellgates and he will survive again. The serpent laughs and says he likes that confidence. He brings forth Huizu Choi and kills him instantly, announcing that he has changed his revelator. A notification appears before the man's eyes. He has become the revelator of the Serpent Master. He is now permitted to enter the serpent's vault. The man looks ahead and says quietly, It's done. The MC enters the serpent vault. 3 massive solid doors stand before him. The serpent tells him that for now, he can only enter the bronze door and take whatever he wants from there, because he will soon be leading humans when the carnival begins. The MC replies coldly, saying they call it a carnival, but for humans it is nothing but hell. The serpent scoffs and tells him not to speak nonsense, introducing himself as Jor. The MC repeats the name quietly, Jor. The small demon follows them, trembling in fear, thinking that this human is talking back to beings he wouldn't even dare look at. He sits down in shock. The MC calls Juryu and tells him to leave. Juryu agrees, calling him sir, and they exit through a portal. Outside, Juryu asks what was behind those doors. The MC explains he took a legendary helmet, one that drains the life of any living being, but grants immense power to the undead. The small demon realizes why he chose it and laughs nervously, praising the MC's sharp eye. The MC asks Juryu to show his bundle. Juryu hesitates, saying the MC has no demon heads, but the MC calmly says he has 100,000. Juryu is shocked and asks if they came from the Serpent Master. The MC confirms that Jor gave them to him. Juryu warns that everything taken must be paid for. The MC says he knows. When Juryu asks what he paid, the MC answers that he paid nothing. In fact, Jor gave him these heads. The serpent fears the MC because he is a time traveler and has made him a target for the other revelators. In return, the MC must complete a legendary quest equal to time regression itself. The Hidden Quest, Incarnation of the 7 Serpents. Juryu begins sweating, realizing how dangerous this human truly is. The MC orders him again to open the bundle. The small demon eagerly shows cursed swords. The MC inspects them carefully and chooses one, taking the rest with demon heads. He asks the time. It's a.m. The MC wonders why no one is around. Juryu explains that a barrier surrounds this place. They leave the basement, and the MC praises Juryu for good work. Juryu returns to human form and asks where they are going next. He secretly wonders if the MC plans to hunt the other revelators. The MC answers calmly that he is going to pick up his daughter. Juryu is stunned. The scene shifts. The MC is eating with his daughter and says there are only 2 days left before the Hellgates open. He wants to spend time with her and live an ordinary life, something he never had before. The day arrives. His daughter asks if today is the day and says she packed everything needed for survival. The MC asks if she truly believes him. She nods and says they are a team. The scene changes again. The MC meets a man who salutes him. The MC tells him to stop, they've been discharged for a long time. The junior laughs and says the MC still looks ready for battle. The junior asks where Somin is. The MC replies that she's sleeping in the car. He says he came to warn him and asks if he would believe him if he said the world is about to end. The junior laughs, calling it a bad joke. The MC quietly says he wishes it were. The ground suddenly shakes. The junior panics, shouting to call emergency services. The MC draws his sword and says he will kill them all. At that moment, goblins rain down from the sky. People scream and run. The junior tells the MC they should escape, but the MC steps forward and tells him that this time, both of them will survive. With a single slash, he decapitates the goblins. The junior stares in disbelief. The MC orders him to bring Somin immediately. The junior salutes and runs. The MC looks up and sees a massive eye in the sky as goblins continue to descend. He remembers Jor's warning that he can command the undead, but must become selfish to survive. The MC accepts it. He needs strength. Souls rise from the graveyard. A system message appears. Spiritual Eye level 2 activated. Soul command level 2 unlocked. He can now command 3 souls. 3 spirits kneel before him and attack the goblins. A goblin moves towards Somin, but is cut down instantly. The junior returns in shock, asking what's happening and who these beings are. The MC tells him he'll explain later and hands him a sword, saying goblins are still everywhere. The junior hesitates, remembering his promise not to wield a sword, but apologizes and fights to save lives. He cuts down a monster attacking a child and tells the child to run to their mother. The MC watches from behind and realizes his power cannot guide people openly. His junior must lead instead, just like in his past life as a guardian clan leader. The MC will lead from the shadows. The junior slaughters goblins with ease and asks if they can rest, thinking it's over. Suddenly, a loud boom echoes. The MC warns him it's coming. A massive goblin warrior appears and attacks. The junior blocks, but is thrown back. The goblin retreats instead of finishing him. The MC explains it likely left to build a citadel. The junior asks what that means. The MC explains it's where offerings are made to the Goblin Lord, and if not stopped, they will multiply rapidly. The junior is furious and asks how the MC knows all this. The MC replies that this is his second chance at life. They head toward the tower. The junior asks if Somin is safe. The MC assures him she's sleeping and guarded by spirit soldiers. He warns the junior to prepare. Killing the Goblin Lord will reveal things beyond imagination. The MC impales a goblin's eye from a distance and closes in to finish it. The goblin attacks wildly. The MC pins its legs with rods and orders the junior to strike. The junior tries to behead it, but the blade won't cut through. He panics, wondering if it leveled up. The goblin attacks again. The MC thrusts his sting into its chest, and this time, the junior successfully decapitates it. The junior gasps, asking what its bones are made of. His arm feels numb. The MC warns him not to lower his guard. The Goblin Lord is next. They reach the tower, but the Lord is missing. Suddenly, the MC senses danger. He turns toward the junior and rushes forward as the Goblin Lord appears, ready to strike him down.
Subscribe to my channel.